But obviously CNA Core in the server going head-to-head with the Opera on the other side, who needs no introduction. It's simple. Well, one of the greatest players in major history of all time.
Yeah, there's no... This is going to be a really, really tough game for Gamerlegion. It should be. This is one of those times where probably playing a best of one might actually favor Gamerlegion. You have to imagine them playing in a best of three be even more difficult here. So, you know, they just have to... 16 rounds, Jason. That's all they need.
It's all you can hope for, is that best of one factor. And I mean, I guess if you want to add a second one onto that, it's the fact that they got to warm up in this situation through the challenger stage. Navi's coming in cold. Their first game, their first step down this major path at Paris, the last major that we're going to have, and it's Gamerlegion taking on Navi. Mirage is where it takes place.
Yeah, let's get into it. This having this day off, just, I don't know, I've been missing it already. I just wanted we were on such a roll, obviously, for the challenger stage, but now we get these new teams injected, and it's always so hard to predict what's going to happen. We're going to find out right now. Gamerlegion starting on the T side, Navi on the CT side, and we are ready to go. And they have a bit of a setup, actually. They already have some people at the bomb side. They realize there's nobody top mid, and look at how the entire defense is switching its way. What a way to get started. First kill of the Legend stage, and it goes to Electronic. Bit there to follow it up, and it's a 3 versus 4.
Yeah, but he's got to get back up over towards CT spawn. Acor's already taking control. He knows Bit's tucked into the corner. There's Perfecto at range, but Bit is already gushed. He can't peek. And look at how far they're holding Navi back. This is going to take so long. That's a critical kill. What a round so far from Bit. Acor and Isaac blocked into the bomb site.
Yeah, they can't really escape. They have to try and fight their way out. They're grouping up to do that. This is really smart, but they just can't find them. Simple shows up, and that's going to be the end of the round. Look at both NBL and Bit. They're so low on health. And I think they had the right idea, Gamerlegion. Yeah. They did what they needed to do. They needed to escape the bomb site, but they just couldn't.
They couldn't get the kills. I mean, I got to say, that's pretty much a perfectly played round from Bit. Just to grab this one right at the end, even though you're goosh, that little quick tap, and then tucking yourself in that corner and making sure that you know they're trying to chase you. Just finding a great timing for one more kill. And even, I mean, when Bit gets that second kill in spawn, Gamerlegion's in a lot of trouble. So they have to push forward towards Stair, but it even takes some time to get that kill, in which case the rest of Navi's ready to go. So almost there for Gamerlegion, but a good recovery from Navi. 1-0 out of the pistol. You said it's so hard to predict. I think this one, for me, feels relatively easy.
This one feels more straightforward. Yeah, I suppose what I mean is that in the past, historically, some of these teams that have already played their way through the challenger stage are somehow more warmed up than the teams that already pre-qualify.
Yeah, they're coming in hot.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to make a big difference here, because I do agree the level difference between Navi and Gamerlegion should be a big one. But in the past, we've really been surprised. There's been moments where we think, wow, all right, well, this was something completely different. Navi, though, look well-disciplined. I mean, you could see it in that pistol round, not really fighting when you're low on health, just waiting for the teammates and all the rest of it. Chaos, though, will take down Simple.
Take down Simple.
Good shot with the Deagle. We love it. That's
a great shot with the Deagle. Nice little man advantage. And also, I mean, that allows Gamerlegion to spread the map out a little bit more. Now they realize that defense is going to have to shift, is going to have to move around. So maybe they can exploit something. Maybe they can find a gap. They don't just have to go for the desperate hit towards the B bomb site. Now the problem is, obviously, no utility left on the Gamerlegion side of things, which makes these rifles very, very effective and efficient at range. 3 quick kills for Bit and Electronic. And Navi's looking strong and powered to get up 2-0.
Yeah, no real fear beyond that first Eagle shot. Nothing else really transpired, which is fine. I mean, you just buy those Eagles to have a chance to do a little bit of damage.
Before we get into round 3, over on the B stream here at the Legend stage in the Paris Major.
Oh, yeah.
We have Liquid taking on 9, which is, I think after Liquid's performance in the Challenger stage is a little bit worrying for everyone involved.
Yeah, that could be in a best of 1 as well. I don't know. I mean, I think I actually picked a 9 for that particular game, but I'm also on a bit of a hype streak for 9 in general. So I'm just going to stick with it for now.
And then an anti-Liquid streak as well.
Anti-Liquid streak.
You dick.
Oh,
2-0. Molotov holding this hit at bay, but here it comes right after the fact. Gamerlegion going for a timing. Counter utility is out. Another opening kill for Gamerlegion, but they've made no progress. They've moved forward not at all. Cut off by utility, and Navi respond with 3 very fast kills.
Yeah, that really got shut down, and that's in spite of the fact that, again, Navi don't really have that much to work with in this round. It's a bit of a bonus round for them. Obviously, it's the 3rd one, so you know they're not going to have the best equipment going into it. Bomb is on the ground. And Isaac and Acor with 2 AKs. And they're given a lot of space here for Navi to make a mistake, which Navi have already proven a couple of times. They're not really making a lot of mistakes right now. They're not that aggressive, trying to stay real far back. The bomb is on the bomb side as well, so they just know eventually these two players will have to show up.
That is an impossible situation. Gamerlegion used all their utility to get the execute out in the first place, so you have no real cover. Okay, I say impossible, but Isaac, that's two very nice headshots. Bit and Simple go down, Perfecto and NPL scratching their heads. Gotta pick up the pieces. Utility at hand, Isaac's brought very low. It's even more desperate at this point.
Yeah, it is. He does actually make it out of the smoke, though, so maybe a chance still. About 27 seconds. He might be very, very low on health, but just needs the one headshot here, maybe for it to work out. Acor goes down now. I think, yeah, he's unfortunately too low to have any extended fight going into that one. So Perfecto will step it up and get a triple.
Yeah, dangerous, though. Very dangerous. You can see some of the skill, the individual skill. Isaac brings this right back into a winnable situation despite the initial calamity. So 3-0, and that bonus round doesn't give too much of a bonus with only 2 players surviving. But Perfecto with a triple kill in the round. And yeah, even though the opening kill comes out, I mean, with all the utility, the Molotov, the counter Molotov at the top of ramp, Simple's more than happy to jump up and peek and actually take fights. Multiple Navi players fighting at the same point, and they shut that down. Got our first Bliat of the day.
First of many, no doubt. 3-0. Yeah, I mean, the fact that it even got close to being a bit of a comeback into that round is a little bit surprising, but well done on Isaac for getting some of those kills. Obviously, behind the spray up from the Palace, that's sort of what set it up and made the first player, I don't actually remember who it was, but walking out of shadow. A little bit of a nice trick. Sometimes you can trick people into peeking if you're just emptying an entire magazine into the air like that. But this round, Galil's, a Tech-9 and a Deagle, and really not that much to work with.
No, the plan helped, so they're able to invest a little bit just to try and get some kills, try and keep Navi's money honest, try and keep it from growing as much as humanly possible. Again, though, it's utility. There's no smokes left for Gamerlegion once this goes out, so it's going to be straight heads-up fight. They might just want to pop themselves through this smoke, utilize the Tech-9 to create some space, and that's exactly what's happened, but it's Surhi to lead the way, and he gets nothing done. Bit doing great work from Dark. Nobody else is able to gain any ground. A nice chime in from Electronic, and all of a sudden this hit is stopped cold.
Yeah, very cold. Emma's going to pick up a couple of kills at the very least, again, just to make it expensive, and Isaac is there. Again, if he wasn't so low on health, it would be a more doable clutch. But, I mean, this is actually pretty important, right? If you're going to start to fall behind, at least do the damage to that CT side economy. At least make sure that you're keeping Navi a little bit honest. But I've got to say, that promise of being warmed up through the Challenger stage and coming into the Legend stage here, that already feels gone, right? We're not getting that power explosion from Gamerlegion that you sometimes see when these two, different teams meet. That's not what, and Navi seem very, very focused and warmed up right now, so that's probably a really, really bad sign if you're Gamerlegion.
I felt like all the teams coming into the Legends stage that didn't play the Challenger stage, I had the most confidence that Navi was going to be ready to go right out of the gate. Simple with an opening kill with the off. Electronic chimes in as well. Simple goes a little bit too wide around the gap of the smoke. And now Kiaz tries to take advantage. You know the defense has got eyes elsewhere. Bit underneath. Nice shot. Headshot from below so quickly. But Isaac has been the one to provide a couple kills to recover things. Let's see if he's got it in him again here at A ramp. No.
He's already walking away.
Yeah, he bailed out.
Another 2 versus 4, right? Yeah, and these are not the rounds that you are expecting to win if you're like, you would like a round where you start off in a 5 versus 4 of your Gamerlegion here. You get to make some tactical decisions.
Well, those tactical decisions that you feel like you're going to get to make and you've called out a spawn just get kind of taken away from you when Simple gets a pick in middle and Electronic adds in another pick onto that, and right out of the gate, you're 3v5. Whatever tactic you wanted to run is not happening. It ain't happening. It's busted up. And this is a very difficult position to clear out.
Yeah, it is. Even though everyone knows of it, but you have so many other angles to check typically when you're coming in here. Could see Isaac is even kind of crouching in for it, and even then, he's just not quite going to be ready. Suhei is on his own, and in a 1 versus 4. So it'd be a miracle if he could win this one with 30 seconds left, and not going to happen. MPL will take him down. It's a 5-0 lead for Navi to kick off the best of 1 with.
Might be time for a timeout if you're Gamerlegion. Talk things over at 0-5. No plant to have the full losing bonus, but not enough money to scramble together like a very strong buy. It would be a lower half buy, missing some utility, but a conversation certainly needs to be had. Navi's feeling very comfortable, and the most that you can say about Gamerlegion is in a couple of rounds they've just been able to make it expensive, right? We haven't seen them yet really fighting for a round win quite yet.
How far does Navi go into this tournament, Jason, in your opinion? Where do you have them? All the way to the grand final?
You want me to tell you honestly, or you want me to lie to you?
Lie to me, Jason.
Okay. I have them getting knocked out in the semifinals. If I'm honest, I have them winning the whole thing.
Damn. All right.
I'm putting all my faith. I'm putting all my chips on Navi. I'm putting all my faith in Simple.
It's not a bad thing to do.
You know, there's just some I have just like this weird gut feeling of faith in this Navi team. I have a lot of respect for Blade. I think obviously Perfecto and Bit are fantastic pieces. I think Simple and Electronic, probably one of the best 1-2 punches we've had in the entirety of CSGO. Simple, the greatest player we've had in CSGO. And I draw the parallel to going into Stockholm, where the rise of Bit kind of really kind of encapsulated the level that Navi was able to reach to win that major. There's been a rise in NPL since he's joined this roster leading into this major as well, where he's starting to feel more comfortable, and I'm looking at it very similarly, where I'm just like, this team is going to peak real hard in the playoffs.
And we have seen Simple perform at a worse level than maybe what we're used to. So if that goes back to...
Which is scary, because his worst performance we've seen in a while is still like, what, the second best player in the world?
Sure. I mean, but that's what I mean. You know, like if he returns to sort of career high Simple, then... That could be really horrifying. And I must say they are playing really disciplined Counter-Strike right now.
Well, and I remember one factor about Simple as well is like this guy lives for like the most pressure matches, the most stakes in the matches. Like I feel like Simple doesn't really show up until you get him into a major stage.
Yeah, I don't think that's wrong either. I like it, Jason. You know, sometimes you can't explain. You just have this feeling, and you're like, this is it. You know. Could very well be. They're definitely one of the 3 teams I'm looking for as well. Bit with a great spray down. Even if they only have pistols, just a transfer between all 3 of them.
He should be dead.
Beautiful.
I think 9 out of 10 times he's dead in that situation. The fact that he gets all 3 is actually pretty crazy, all things considered. I don't think it would have, even if he goes down, I don't think it turns the round for Gamerlegion to actually win it out. But the fact that they don't even get into the bomb site, can't even challenge for a plant, is really, really well done from Bit.
I think from my point of view, there was a moment in time. All right, Sue. Yeah, do some more damage at the very least. Again, don't shoot your teammates through. That was almost some collateral damage happening. Oh my god, okay. That's pretty cool. There was a point in time where they had Electronic and Bit and Simple all playing at this really high level that made Navi actually look undefeatable. Like, it just seemed like there's no one else in the world that had a trio that could work like that. So, I mean, if that's going to be back, I would say they're instantly a contender to at least make the grand final. Yeah,
and I mean, Electronic is very individually impactful, even in the in-game leadership position, which is such a benefit to have.
Yeah. Wow, how many more nice things can we say about Navi?
Yeah, I know. That's we've really, really opened this up in a pro-Navi angle. Oh, well. Oh.
That's it.
There's the
Dream's dead.
Second Bliat of the day.
You just feel like an idiot when you're jumping around like that. But you know what? Nothing really happened.
And yes, that is the greatest player in the world. He's human like us.
Feels good, doesn't it? Although, to be honest, Simple's, you know, ability's never really been about the movement or even the crosshair placement at times. Like, it's not what it's about, is it? There's some other X factor.
And we can blame that on NPL too.
Yeah, we can. It's good to have a scapegoat for the goat.
Nice. I'm glad you've carried this over to the Legend stage. Missed shot from Simple. Isaac with another good headshot. Oh, there goes Perfecto. You still have NPL here. He's going to be called upon early. Defensive smoke to give himself some space to operate, to make it a little bit perhaps confusing to the attacking Gamerlegion players. And oh, now they get to exploit everything.
Where's the bomb, Jason?
The bomb's way far back, but it's all good. There's 40 seconds. It's 4-on-1. You're fine.
You are going to be fine, but that's actually risky, right? There's about 35 seconds left. Just imagine if instead he was flanking through CT or T-spawn or something stupid like that. Not to say that, you know, they probably could have still made it. Wow.
Well, also, it's like, you know, I don't consider that really a mistake in any capacity, because I don't think you expect to like have the success you did at the B-bomb site, right? Sure. I don't think you expect those opening kills. So, I mean, they're still just like, okay, well, now we got to just sort of press the advantage. We'll figure out the bomb later. That's a nice round, though. Finally, Gamerlegion on the board. Took them 7 rounds, but they've got their first on this T side of Mirage. Can they build upon it? And actually, they have a great chance to. Only pistols for Navi. So all that little chip of economic damage round after round, 2 kills here or there. Isaac with a couple important frags. Shuhei with those Tech 9s in the previous round. It's done its job. It's taken the guns away from Navi.
Yeah, that's super, super important, and Gamerlegion need to really pounce on this opportunity here. Attempted crunch, MPL almost getting the timing down as they were fighting on the stairs leading into underpass, but not really. They didn't get quite as much as they would have wanted to. Only the one kill on Emma so far. Perfecto and MPL left, Scout and a 5-7. A little bit too long range, unfortunately, there. Chaos will take him down. And now just the Scout walking around. Shouldn't be able to do too much of anything here. It should be a good close to the round. We haven't seen Chaos shouting yet. He was doing a lot of that in the Challenger stage.
Haven't had a great reason to quite yet. We give him one more gun round win. If they win the next gun round, I bet he goes absolutely bonkers. Plant goes down, and it's Perfecto just seeing if he can save this Scout. Maybe grab an extra. They're going to buy in the next round, so you might as well just go challenge, see if you can find something, and Acor is taking him off. Taking him right off the map. 6-2, 4-round lead for Navi.
But they're pretty quickly back with maybe not the best buy, but something to play around with. AWP picked up on Simple. Definitely a map I've seen him avoid the AWP on in the past, just again, you so easily get smoked and Molotov off the middle, and then you have to play the extremities with the AWP instead, and maybe you don't want to. So wouldn't be surprised if he goes away with it or sort of goes away from it later on, but this is a huge success to begin with. The quick jump up and Acor, even though he was kind of there, not going to be quick enough to take down Simple this time.
Yeah, Simple calls for the spawn. He had the early angle to get up into that palace position, and that's a nice opening pick provided. Now, Isaac says, okay, the AWP's on the other side of the map. I don't mind actually challenging this. Previously, he did win against Simple, even with the AWP. A missed shot allowed Isaac to pick him off, but now he's going to feel way more comfortable. He's been spotted by the jump and going to back away. That gives away the game. 5-on-4 for Navi. And yep. Gamerlegion don't really have position yet. They don't have mid control, so it's not as fluid and easy to kind of traverse between the bomb sites and set up another kind of a split. And now you have the AWP over here in the hands of Simple as well.
Yeah, boost up on the bench. That maybe could have been a kill. Isaac quite lucky to be alive. Sue is over on the A side, and presumably just to try and make a little bit of a distraction.
Well, Simple's also trying to throw him off their game, right? He's like, you just saw me in Palace, and now I'm going to go over to the B bomb site in case you're challenging. A shot rings out there, so now you know the AWP is at the B bomb site. You probably don't want to attack into my AWP, so I'm going to move again to the A bomb site, which is where it seems like Gamerlegion is actually lining up to split up connector.
Yeah, that's a great thing to point out, isn't it, though? Because that is one of the things that makes Simple such a hard AWP to play against, is that dynamic style of just being all over the place. We're down to 22 seconds, and they're going to be setting up an attack towards the bomb site. Bit, again, in shadow. He's been playing there a lot, and it's working out. He's trying to relocate himself and making himself hard to find. And there's Simple again at CT spawn. A new position for him. 10 seconds on the bomb, and they're going to fake the bomb. Actually, Flick not quite connecting. 5 seconds left, and it's all on Immer. Can't even get the bomb plant down in time before they're right on top of him. NPL comes charging through, and it's a good round for Navi.
I think that's a little sigh of relief for NPL there. I don't think he realized how deep that smoke was going to go. It took him a little bit long to get that vision coming through, and he was already spraying, so he could have very easily gone down there and left Simple in a tough position. But the opening pick for Simple we can see here against Acor. Gets one more during the A execute as well, and it's 7-2. Another timeout taken from Gamerlegion's offense as they want to talk things over. Yeah, this was a bit awkward coming through. Yeah, he's already starting to spray before he even lands, so very good of him to get that kill. Takes a dink in the process.
A kind of a nightmare as well for Gamerlegion. 7-2.
Certainly.
Well, at least with the bomb plant, and because they already had the round loss build up, they're going to have quite a bit of money to work with right off the bat. So that's good news. But some of these rounds, or almost all of these rounds so far, they start with Navi getting at least 1 or 2 opening kills. It's Gamerlegion having to fight back all the time into the round, which obviously makes it just a lot more difficult. Bit quite on top of the scoreboard. 13-5 right now.
Yeah, for all the conversation we've had about Simple and Electronic, Bit's the one lighting things up. 13-5, as he said. He's had a couple very good rounds of that A bomb site. Doing a really good job as the site anchor. Not the easiest bomb site to anchor in the game. Deep utility. And Gamerlegion's going to be held at bay, at least initially. Simple's off this time over at Ticket at the A bomb site. Starting the round pretty passively looking for any kind of A ramp challenge.
Wow, just a long break here. They're expecting some sort of a push. You could see Sue is quite aware that there could be someone pushing top mid, but they're not getting it. Navi is staying passive as well.
This is a decent amount of times we've seen this kind of an opening from Gamerlegion. It almost feels like this is kind of that game plan, is to get Isaac to really kind of challenge and probe that B bomb site. This is maybe the third or fourth time in the early stages in the first, or the opening kind of salvo of this half that we've seen him really challenge. So Gamerlegion trying to set him up for a pick and bring some attention to that B bomb site. It's worked. Electronic slid over. There's 3 defenders here, which is going to put Perfecto deeper on towards Catwalk.
And they boosted up Electronic inside of the bomb side. This is going to be very hard to crack this one open. Perfecto starts it off, and it works out just fine. A double kill for him. I don't know how you can make it through right now. 40 seconds left. There's more rotations coming in. Simple's about to be in the market in about 5 seconds. So you need to hit this right now before he shows up. In Electronic, this boost, it's so simple, but you just don't expect it. And that's the power of it. Acor will take down MPL, and they actually get Electronic as well, down to 25 seconds. And Simple waiting for someone to cross. That's the bomb.
20 seconds.
Yeah, you have to take a risk right now. You actually have to win this fight, Acor. Otherwise, you're going to lose the round. There's the jump pass, but Simple locked on the corner. Down to 13 seconds now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the spray. It should be good. And Emma, he'll pick them off. That is perfect. And there's the yelling coming out finally for Gamerlegion. They were about to lose that round.
Yeah, I'm actually amazed. I think that's maybe a miscue from Bit to, like, when he jumps over to not take control of market. Simple knows the bomb in the off is on Catwalk. He knows he can't cross into the bomb site. So the fact that nobody takes responsibility for that market allows Ema to make that play. And that's got to be a little bit frustrating for Navi.
Yeah, get that energy up and running again. Navi out of money. They have that 1M4 on Simple. But yeah, I agree that definitely someone should have been looking there, right?
That feels like a situation where Simple would either tell Bit or Bit would just kind of pick it up on his own, and maybe Simple thought that he was going to come to the realization. But man, that was really the only avenue to have a clean win, is that push to the market door. Huge gap in the 2v2. Back to pistols for Navi.
Such a risk as well for Gamerlegion to wait with the bomb being out there. Because if that's just a 1-for-1 trade in the market, then Acor still has to make the cross and try and plant the bomb with maybe 8 or 7 seconds left or something like that. Not necessarily easy. No connection through the smoke on that one. They're going to go quick on this one. They're going to be pouncing through. They're on the ramp as well on the other side. Why not try and crunch it right here and now? Simple's out in the open, and the smoke fades. He's going to be dead immediately. Good return. Just the pistols fighting back against Gamerlegion. 4 versus 3 right here. And Bits throwing out the Molotov. It does just go straight into the smoke, unfortunately. And now let's see. 3 on 3. They picked up the single AK. Emma's sneaking on through, and that's a very important kill.
Nice.
Continuing the run. It's the pistol on MPL to find a kill on Emma, and it leaves Acor in a 1 versus 2. Now, he has the right idea. Nearly gets a shot through. Is he going to give it another crack? Real scary.
He wants a rifle. He wants to swap over to that AK-47. Surely, this is so unwieldy. Oh, he's going to make the run. Off towards market we go. Towards the B bomb site. 15 seconds. Catwalk jump. Ooh, up in towards the ladder room. 10
Acor
seconds.
has insane movement.
I think he's got plenty of time for this. Okay, interesting now. Acor's found the escape route. 1v2.
One of the few players I would always trust to make those jumps work. He's so sick at it. AK in hand. They're right there. They nearly lined up for the kill. That would have been something. And now he's going to slide on a little bit further back. They are coming for him. They do not have the defuse kit, but they should have enough time. Oh, what a clean shot. Bit just gets deleted. And Acor, 1 bullet away from getting this. Want to be a huge clutch here to get Gamerlegion back on track in the opening half. And he's got the right idea, and there's the spray down. You see the excitement immediately. Huge clutch coming out from Acor.
That's massive, because they got stopped cold. What a performance from Perfecto at the top of A ramp. So many angles to worry about, starting with a pistol as well. Huge trim to transfer it over to the AK-47. And Navi put a stop to this. Yeah, Bit doesn't want to... Excuse me, it's Bit, not Perfecto at the top of A ramp. That's wonderful. But man, they just can't win the 1v2. Good escape route found by Acor.
Holy shit.
He's done it again. He's doing that in the challenger stage. Minds being blown on the Gamerlegion side. And now this is interesting, because it started out so rough. It looked like Navi was coming into this so strong. 4 of the last 5 go to Gamerlegion, and they're starting to put enough rounds on the board to make this second half dangerous. They're clawing this one back.
Yeah, extremely well done. That's so important, right? This probably had to happen for Gamerlegion to have a real crack at this first half. But again, that economy on the Navi side is now becoming a real interesting problem for them to have to fight their way through. 7-4, but this could very, very quickly change. Gamerlegion started to wake up a little bit more, and that's good to see. Would have been a bit disappointing if it was just a Navi show the whole way through.
So if you're Navi at this point too, you've seen a couple things multiple times from this Gamerlegion offense, right? You've seen, as I touched on earlier, the Isaac challenge towards the B side of the map and the B halls really early on in rounds. They're putting him in that position, and also you've seen them kind of walk through quietly, contact through the con smoke, maybe like 3 or 4 times in this half as well.
True.
Those seem to be 2 elements of this T side that are getting repetitive. And I think if you're Navi, you're talking about that and you're trying to figure out solutions to that. Maybe it is simple with the op. He tried it once before, missed a shot. Maybe he goes back to it. Will he actually miss it twice? You'll probably tell your A players and your con players to have their heads and just always be ready for that fight through the con smoke as well. And next round they'll have guns and they'll have the weapons and the tools to be able to put a stop to these things.
Interesting little stack going on over at the A-bomb side, but the bomb is making its way to B, unfortunately for them. It's a good shot. Imagine if there was only 10 seconds and the bomb was actually here. Could have been a bit of a horrible turn of events, but they're going to be fine. Bomb will be planted, and I think Navi will be happy to just walk away with the AK, keep it fighting in another round, and even finding the AWP. This is really good news. Yeah, for losing a round, you steal an AK and an AWP. That's actually massive, but it still will be a 5th round for Gamerlegion. This is from the previous round, right? The 2-on-1 against A-Core. There's an M4 up there that they couldn't pick up. They couldn't at least find it.
Yeah, that was on Simple's hands as well. He was just emptying the mag through smokes at A-ramp and in con and just didn't get any of the connections. And that was the opening kill as they popped through that smoke.
Incredible fine production. Good
well
job.
done.
Yeah, these are the kind of small things, right? Like they get lost in the middle of the chaos, but actually it suddenly makes a big difference.
The A-Core thing, you said you have faith in his movement. You think he avoided the catwalk jump and went through ladder room just, to play it safe?
No, he would 100%. Yeah, A-Core has some of the sickest movement in the game.
He would have made it.
Yeah, I have no doubt about it. He is actually such a god at those kind of things. I think he could have easily done it.
7-5 and a timeout, a pause in the action taken from Navi to talk things over. This one slipped out of control. It looked so good. Looked dominant for 6 rounds. 5 of the last 6 going to Gamerlegion. 3 in a row now. As they've been shooting back up the scoreboard, it's Ima to lead the way for Gamerlegion, 12 and 10. But that being said, it's the clutch from A-Core that has saved this half.
It really is. It's so interesting as well, like this phenomenon that happens every once in a while where you go on a bit of a losing streak, but then you see one round, and then everyone is like, okay, here we go. We're ready for it. Now we all feel like we're good to go.
And again, let's just touch on the way that even in losses, Gamerlegion was chipping away at the money building for Navi, making sure it couldn't get out of control. When you think about it, they've only really won 2 gun-on-gun rounds of these 5. One of them was a force-up from Navi, and 2 of them have been full saves.
Failed window smoke. A little bit unfortunate, but the fight continues either way. Electronic playing right at the edge. They're on the other side, and with an aid in hand, that's going to be an easy kill on Imma. The top fragger right now for Gamerlegion, gone down at the start of the round. A little bit sloppy, perhaps, and a 4-on-5 to ensue, but they're walking out of the ramp on the other side, and they might just be able to find a kill here.
Oh, Bit's in so much trouble, but he's in the right place at the right time. And now the alarm bells ring, and he calls it out. They were going for contact, and Gamerlegion is just dry challenging everything on the map. I'm pretty sure NPL spotted this. Yeah, there's a flashbang. They're going to swing for this peek. Double peek towards Catwalk. Suhei gets himself into cover at the right moment, but he's got nowhere to go. He's the only one here. Headshot is the only way out, and he's eventually shut down.
Another 2-on-4, which, again, very tricky for Gamerlegion to try and win, although they do have that AWP, and A-Core seems to be warmed up. Isaac down here would love the bomb plant. It's a big risk, and there's nobody to cover him. They just can't cover everything at once, unfortunately. So now it's A-Core 1 versus 4. It's not even close. Perfecto will take him down. Good triple in the round for him. And Navi going to be back up to 8.
That round is a little bit more dangerous, I think, than it probably seems at the end of the day, right? If like Bit's not looking at the right direction, if he gets picked off, if one of those like dry lurks up A ramp and up Catwalk actually pans out and gets a kill, that gets very, very difficult for Navi. Gotta say though, hasn't been a whole lot of success for Gamerlegion in middle. When they've gone for this kind of control and tried to push down a challenge early, we've seen Electronic be aggressive. We've seen Simple get a pick there with the op. That kind of mid presence from Gamerlegion is not panning out the way they'd like.
Yeah, I mean, and it kind of shows, right? Like they have to keep fighting these 2-on-4 or 3-on-5 type situations. They're struggling in a lot of these rounds to try and get back into the round. But it works in the sense that as soon as Navi don't have the economy, of course, it gets a little bit easier. Round number 14, and they're going to go a little bit quicker at it here, it feels like. The bomb is there.
Timing's not there.
Yeah, they want to run for it. The jump is absolutely mistimed, and MPL, he's dead before he even realizes what is going on. Navi with a tough decision to make here. They don't have a lot of money to throw away these rifles, so even if it's a 4-on-5, if you show up here and you lose, you're going to be in trouble. They've lost one round already to this kind of an attack, but Isaac, he walks into the AWP shot.
I think that might pull him into at least go for this or at least investigate a little bit more. Certainly that shot onto Kiaz would have said, let's go forward. Awkward. All of Simple is coming in, and that might be the kill that spurs him forward now. They've got a man advantage. The catwalk player is down. Acor's got to be nervous, and exiting market is Electronic to lead the way.
Yeah, they set up a smoke to try and get them out a little bit quicker. Acor, good shot with the deagle. Can he get one more? This is going to be the end of the road for him. And now it's Kios up close. Sue's here as well. Electronic cleaning them up, but he's locked in. He can't escape. But it will not make a difference. The bomb are going to be exploded. They actually did have kits, but they just didn't find their way in time. And you think you said it already. You get some of those early kills and you get lured into going for the retake. They did get close, but they lost a bunch of rifles.
Yeah, it's okay. They lost 2 players on it, right? I mean, that's a close affair. A little bit faster, and they actually might be able to just stick that bomb. And Electronic had the right read. Just that entrance is too quick and too efficient, and you could even see it coming. You could see that building the whole way. The way NPL, the timing of his jumps weren't there. By the time he realizes it, they're already close, already jumping out the window. That's a very, very harsh round to lose for Navi. Final round of the first half. What a job Gamerlegion has done to come back into this game, make this respectable, keep this within reach.
Yeah, the first 5 rounds looked so decisive. You just got a little bit swept up in the Navi hype. Gamerlegion, they're right back into it. Timing is good once again. They get down on the floor of the B-bomb site. They get the opening as well. Simple now fighting for his life. And they're going to be coming for him. Another great shot as he goes for a third. Pios will finally take him down, but that second kill was a thing of beauty. Running for the flames is never advisable, and it's going to be a 2 versus 3. Suhei and Emma, the bomb is down there, and Electronic going to be sneaking in. He should have a good view of it. If they want to try and pick it up, they have to fight Electronic, and he knows it as well. Easy, just sliding on through, taking down Suhei, and he's going to be popping up Immer as well. 9-6 at the end of it. Navi recovering a little bit, but what a game we have in our hands here. Second half is coming up after this.
Honestly, great conversations today. Do you have anything where you like? Okay, I've had like a fan I met in Hong Kong, and the funniest moment was he was in the audience, and I was like behind the stage. Yeah. He's like, "Come over here, launders." And I walked over, and the security guards just like went in front of me, and he like wants to let me through, and I just see him standing in front of me and just does the splits. Do you have any funny fan moments where someone was a little bit too excited?
I mean, I once made a fake fan to impress Steven. So we were out having beers, and Refresh goes to the bathroom, and we are sitting the 4 or 5 others. And then we come back, and I'm telling him, no, Eli, you just missed out. There was these people, they were so happy to see us. The player they liked the most was you. They were like, where is he? I said, no, he's coming back from the bathroom soon. You can wait. And I said, nah, they don't want to bother him. I'll bring you to them, you know? And he's like, nah. He was kind of feeling like something was maybe a bit sketchy, you know? Yeah. Then we walk outside, and I'm just like waving to some random people sitting on a bench. I'm like, I walked him to the people. We were standing like so close to them, and we were just looking at them, and they were looking at us. And then I just walked back, and he was just standing there. I was like, Then the same evening, I go to the bathroom. There's this random girl. I tell her, yo, listen, I'm playing this video game for a living. I have this friend in here who he thinks he's the real you know. So if you could go to him and say, can I have a photo with you?
Yeah.
She was like, okay, I'll do it. We sat down, and we were already talking to some girls. Then she comes over and she's like, you're stoned, right? Oh, no. And he's like, yes. Can I please have a photo with you? I'm a big fan. Yes, of course. And he was so happy. And then the girls who were sitting next to him like, is he famous? I want a photo too. So now everyone wanted a photo with Stan. And he didn't realize until the night was over that it was all set up.
once again. Second half is coming up. We've got Navi and Gamerlegion playing in the opening match here of the Legends stage in Paris. And right now, it actually looks really competitive. I've got to say I'm surprised because Navi were just on a roll to begin with. They won the first 6 rounds with no reply from Gamerlegion. It looked like it was going to be a really, really quick affair, but credit to Gamerlegion, they woke up. Yeah,
and also, I mean, they did a great job of keeping the economy in check. Navi had to give away like 2 rounds of just full saving with just unarmored pistols, 1 kind of force up with pistols as well. So there were a few easy rounds in there, a few fluff rounds for Gamerlegion to keep this gap as narrow as possible. 9-6 in the favor of Navi as they switch sides. They switch over to the offensive half of Mirage. And let's see what they're going to look like. Let's see how in-game leader Electronic is going to work his team around the map to try and take their opening match of the Blast TV Paris Major.
Yeah, even more so at the Legends stage, you don't want to be going down at all. You just want to power through, make it a quick 3-0. You don't want to be spending any more time here because there are some heavy-hitting teams that you could be facing. Oh, there we go. Electronic will pick up A core and starts out here a 4 versus 3. The bomb in the underpass and could end up a really powerful split with 3 of them coming up for the connector with the bomb.
You got to give credit over to Bit with that P250. That's an all-important trade to get on, I believe that was Ima who peeked out for the opening kill onto Perfecto. But Bit with that immediate trade allows Electronic the confidence to swing and take that one-on-one fight with A-Core. So they bust up the stack and underpass, and you're exactly right. Just strolling up connector with no resistance. A-Core is gambling over towards the B bomb site, and it is wrong.
Yeah, and I could even understand why they might want to do this. You feel like you're in a 3-on-5 maybe, or a 3-on-4 maybe. If you take the risk here and they show up at the B bomb site, it's going to be absolutely great, but now the retake's probably not even doable.
And you already had 2 players parked deep at the B bomb site with the setup there, so A-Core was really the only one, I mean, all on his own. Didn't feel like he could accomplish anything, and now you just saved the pistols, so you don't even go for it.
Yeah, you're right. So, pistol round goes the way of Navi. Not much else to be said about it. They're going to save the kit and a little bit of armor and just be happy with that. 10-6.
10-6.
Uneventful pistol round. You get more fight out of those.
Yeah, you get a little bit more action. Not this time.
No.
Preserving the armor, preserving the kits and the flashbangs. So some cheap upgrades to helmets for Gamerlegion and some weapons alongside it. That one right there from Bit, I think, is the all-important trade kill because then Electronic is like, well, I know I got a 1v1 here.
True.
I'm happy for that challenge. If it's a 1v2, it's a different universe. 10-6. Both pistols go in the way of Navi.
Yeah. There is also a B stream happening, if you guys are not aware, which currently is 9 versus Liquid on Overpass. So tied up game almost at this point in time. Don't want to be missing out on that. Hugo and Harry are having a great time, I'm sure.
On the microphones.
Exactly.
No investment for Gamerlegion, so they don't go for those cheap upgrades to head armor and some pistols behind it. They're going to wait for round 3 to be able to get some FAMAS and M4s. That's an awkward spray from Simple. Not the prettiest thing we've ever seen. Not the prettiest round we've ever seen from Navi. And it's into a 2-on-2. Perfecto hasn't been able to take any advantage due to the Molotov, but now the unarmored opponent of Kiosk goes down. AK-47 recovered. However, the bomb is in Navi's control, but this is a 1v2 you go for.
Yeah, you definitely should, right? The lack of armor is a big problem. The kit is right there. Smoke goes up in front, but A-Core, he's already got the first 3 kills. To try and ace this round with no armor and with just pistols and a 1 flashbang thrown from C2. Oh my God, he got the shot through. That is a horrifying moment if you're on the Navi side, but they will at least get one in return. So they barely win that round.
That's a horrifying moment if you don't get that trade kill as well through the smoke. Yeah, what a round from A-Core with this USP. All 1 magazine.
Yeah, really, really cool. So that the setup there is 4 people swing the middle from the catwalk, and Kiosk is the one that set up the flashbang from CT spawn. He throws it over the building, and they just go for it.
And flashbangs they saved in the pistol round, right? They brought 2 forward. So if you ever think that looks a little bit silly, look at the resources and what they were able to accomplish. Simple wants to get it all back. Relatively pedestrian game for Simple, 10-11 at this point. Smoked off over in Palace, and Navi's going to hit the pause button on this hit. They were ready to go.
Yeah, they wanted to. Let's slow it down a little bit. very, very limited on the nades here on the Gamerlegion side, so could be a big problem if you want to go for a retake down the stretch of it. They do not have a defuse kit either in this particular round. So yeah, there's a lot of this right now for Gamerlegion has to be about winning the initial battle and not trying to do any crazy retakes, because again, you need the grenades to try and do that typically.
Isaac's got one smoke, and I mean, the one smoke over in Palace deployed forced Navi into plan B. However, Navi aren't actually attacking into the B bomb site whatsoever through halls where Isaac is. Through underpass we go to create a new split. They've got to be careful about Suhei up in window. Good shot from Simple, waiting for that peek. And this is due to the fact that Navi's been so quiet in this readjustment. Gamerlegion had no idea of where Navi was on the map.
Yeah, and he just wanted to peek, right? He just wanted to see what was actually going on. Imma shows up. Let's load up a couple of bullets. Going to be able to get that one kill, and kind of a labored spray on both sides. Electronic will get the shot. A-Core set on fire and ultimately hunt it down in the corner. Bit to pick him up. And this is looking real good. Long range with the MAC-10. It's not efficient, but he'll get the job done either way. Kiosk goes down. Might have even just wanted to run there to pick up the AWP, but even that is going to be disallowed. So Isaac, 1 versus 4 to try and save the rifle at the B-bomb side. Yeah, you got to feel awful if you're Suhei right now, because his kill is kind of the waterfall that exposes the middle of the map, gives him a little bit of safety, forces that catwalk to fight from Imma to just be the one player, a one-for-one trade onto Simple, but Electronic brings it back. But you just wanted information. You just like, I want to know what's happening. No one knows anything on my team. Nobody has any information. No one's calling out utility. No one's calling out footsteps. We need to discover something, and he just found a little bit too much. Yeah, it's a really simple peek that he goes for, right? He's not super overextended. He's just taking a look in there, but it was too much anyway. Simple finding him, and you're right. That kind of was the domino that starts the whole thing. Yeah, this is a very interesting scenario, but ultimately, they're going to double the round score of Gamerlegion, put themselves at 12. Yeah, and that also passes a free op over to Simple off the body of A-Core, who just got bombarded. Flashbanged, blinded, Molotoved, and just kept down with fire into the corner to make sure he couldn't move. A little bit of utility around some of the pistols that Gamerlegion has invested into, looking for a miracle and looking once again to pounce on any kind of mid presence from Navi in the mid round. One player catwalk, one in window room, one over towards Khan. That's Suhei. Isaac with the only M4. Boosting a teammate up at the A bomb site, or he is the one boosted up with the M4. And Kios does have another flashbang that he can throw into the middle here if they need it. Oh, another deep smoke. Right now he's boosting, so not going to be throwing any grenades at the moment. Is there a kill around that? Well, Electronic definitely going to find that one. Yep, Suhei again pushing through the smoke, trying to get a little bit cheeky, hoping that second smoke that was thrown would protect him, and it did not. Electronic adds a second kill onto his tally, up to 19 kills. Electronic, and all of a sudden Isaac's the only one at this A bomb site. At least he's got the M4. But he's got 3 different choke points he's got to worry about. First kill is his. Perfecto pounces. He exposes himself to danger from one angle to have an advantage up towards Palace. But Navi have not pulled the trigger entirely just yet. No, they're going to go back. A-Core has to get back up into the window, but if he can, maybe he could... This is actually doable. Look at the time that's left. If the bomb dies in an awkward position here, it could be everything. There's Imma with the kill, and now A-Core sneaking around. 15 seconds on the clock. The execute on one, and the follow-up is there. And that's the round. There's nothing Perfecto could do about it. 2 Deagles over at that B bomb site, and just the fact that the clock had already run down low. I don't even know why Perfecto was hunting this down. He's going to end up dying. Wow. Gamerlegion with a very unlikely round. Yeah, not a very convincing hit from Navi. It felt like they were just looking for a mistake up catwalk. They were looking for a peek, and they weren't getting it. There was no actual pressure applied, and yeah, that round slips out of control from Navi very quickly. What a great patience and positioning and decision-making from A-Core to come out of catwalk late. And Gamerlegion, much like they did in the first half, just being a nuisance, sticking around and having some very nice rounds here and there, just keeping this within the realm of possibility for the moment.
Insane. Nice. We deserve this.
We deserve it.
Yeah, they're making a good case for themselves right now. Back to the drawing board for Navi. Second timeout being used. Bit has got 20. Electronic has got 19. That That sounds like a game that Navi is supposed to win when you look at the scoreboard like that. Even if Simple is a little bit lower right now.
Look, I mean, let's be real about the situation, though. It's still 12-7. It's still a massive lead for Navi, especially as favorites in this matchup as well. And again, Gamerlegion just keeping it within the realm of possibility, not really showing anything quite yet to convince us they can complete this comeback and come all the way back to take the map.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
But I mean, it's still very early on in this second half. Let's see what the rest of these gun rounds are going to look like. This is a fake.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure being applied over towards A. It looks like they wanted to activate NPL to commit to cause more of a distraction, but he's blocked off by smoke. And again, that just pulls Gamerlegion into an information play that Electronic's able to punish.
That's happened quite a number of times, right? We've talked about it in the past of Asue getting picked up for at least a couple of rounds here. This time it's Emma going down. Mid control for Navi. And they can return to this bomb site. They have another smoke they can throw up towards that top connector position. NPL actually getting pushed, and he will stand up to the early fight, taking down Isaac. He's well aware there could be a second player, and he's not wrong about it, but unfortunately, Kios will get the kill on him, and Sue going to be picking up Electronic, so it's straight back into a 3 versus 3, and Kios inside of the A bomb site. They look like they've managed to stabilize, and in spite of the fact that Gamerlegion lost the 2 early fights in this round, nice shot. That's just the Galil finding the face of Kios all the way back at that ticket booth.
Yep, and even going to drop the bomb just to make sure it doesn't get lost, because you can see on the mini-map, Bit has already cleared out the B bomb site. I don't know if Navi's going to choose to fall back. Actually, yeah, Simple will now. He says, Bit's calling him over and saying, I have the B bomb site entirely. I'm pushing in towards market. So Simple's going to try and make the run. Suhei's, instead of going underpass, he's going to go in towards window room, because Perfecto is still applying so much pressure.
Now
I don't know how Suhei's still alive. That would be a huge kill. They're back to the A bomb site. Navi has gone through 3 different decisions, and it once again is falling apart. 1v2 for Simple.
Yeah, all on him right now to try and recover this horrible round. 4 seconds left. He's run out of time. He has to try and hunt down Acorn. He can't find him in time. Navi playing too deep for their own good, and definitely they could have won this round. This was in the bag. If they would have kept on rotating, I think they would have had it.
Yeah, I think there was time for Simple to make the run all the way over. There was like 30 seconds left on the clock to make it to that B bomb site. Might have been a little bit close, obviously, when Bit goes down in CT spawn. And yeah, it felt like there were like 2 different ideas, and the 3 players from Navi weren't executing the same plan.
It's been a while since I tested. I used to run around that. I think it's about 19 to 21 seconds to run from that A ramp to B. I'm pretty sure they had time for it. Obviously, the thing that they don't know is they don't know if Suhei is going to be running top mid to try and stop them, so maybe that's what changes it. But the fact that they didn't get the kill on the flank coming through as well, like that should have been it. Well,
now you're starting to see like this Navi offense not coming into this as a well-oiled machine. Maybe needed to play themselves in a couple games. We mentioned kind of maybe the lag time of some of these teams that got to skip the challenger stage. But, you know, 2 rounds ago, they run a clock down very, very low, and they're able to get ecoed by Gamerlegion. Now here, a little bit of discombobulation in the late round, and all of a sudden the round falls flat despite an advantage. So 2 hiccups for the Navi offense early on.
And this could cost them a lot. No question about it. Suez challenging, going to be able to pick it up, and once he gets those kills, he feels pretty good about the situation. Going to go for a 3rd one. 9 to 12. That's 3 in a row here for Gamerlegion. And started off with what? The Deagles suddenly coming into play and making all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think if you're Navi and you want to just kind of close this one out and complete it, this needs to be a clean round. You need to get something that's going to start making you feel like this offense is clicking. 12 to 9. 3 Galils and 2 AK-47s for Navi's attack. Few players missing utility, but nothing too crazy. Towards the A bomb site we go. Heavy presence. Meanwhile, Electronic's going to be in middle all on his own. A 4-1 split.
Here we go, right through the smoke into the submachine gun of Kios, who picks up a double kill. He's had a really tough game, Kios. That was his 7th kill right there. And now they're in a 4 versus 3. He's the only one that's been missing a little bit on the Gamerlegion side, so if he could have a bit of a resurgence here in the second half, that would be everything. That's what could take Gamerlegion over the edge. Electronic going to be taking on Isaac. This round is not done yet. Kios very low on health, and they know it. Oh, he still actually finds the headshot.
This flank, you'll never expect it. It's too fast, it's too quick. Perfecto's got a chance in a 1v2, but he might back up right into the AWP of Acor. Now he's found himself a clutch.
Yeah, he's looking for it. The Molotov actually sets him up pretty nicely. Put some pressure on the bomb. He has to go back and pick it up, but one of the more sensible players here in Perfecto. I wouldn't want to play a 1 versus 1 against him.
He's got so much time as well. So much time to play with. The only
Acor.
disadvantage is the bomb isn't quite there. And yeah, Acor's thinking maybe he's fallen all the way back. Maybe he's going to go to the other side of the map. But there's no way for Perfecto to realize how much space he has at this point. 35 seconds.
If Acor kept running through T-spawn, you have to assume that this is one of the only positions that Perfecto and the Afterplant will never check, right? Is he going to actually keep on pushing, or will he come back to that connector?
He has to finish A. He can't go to the
Yes.
B bomb site. There's no time.
And Acor is walking back in. He's not going to make the full rotation around either. This is scary. One time for a fake. Not going to see anything there. And Acor slowly but surely moving up towards the stairs. He's out in the open. Shot comes through, reveals his position. It's a little bit early, but now at least Perfecto knows. And he's going to hunker down and try and make sure he doesn't get shot through anything. Another wallbang attempt, but he's coming up short on this one so far. And Perfecto out in the open, and there's the spray. He'll win that 1 versus 1. 1 versus 2, I suppose. And Perfecto with a triple. That is huge for Navi. Another step closer to winning the map.
That's a long, extended 1v1 as well. And I think you're exactly right. I think Acor, if he could do that over, giving away his position with the AWP after so much time, gave Perfecto all the information to be comfortable and play that just perfectly. This is done with a Galil as well. So beautifully done from Perfecto.
That's right. That's right.
He's been such an important player for this Navi team over the past few years. Showing you why here. A triple kill and a clutch to his name.
That round takes a fair bit of money away from Gamerlegion.
That's championship quality from Perfecto.
It really is.
13-9. Still not out of the woods just yet, Navi. They do pass an op over to Simple, but money is an issue with only one player surviving. This is actually probably the most critical round in this map up to this point if you're Gamerlegion, because you have to win this. You have invested everything into this round. A win here lets you continue fighting. A loss here puts your back against the wall as you have to drop down and save, and then go on a 6-round run for overtime.
Well, they've done it before, but with less, so why not? Simple on the early flick to take down Sue. Electronic going to get the return as well. And there is a bit of a stack at the bomb site. Chaos and Imma are still here, and he actually landed just a hail of bullets right onto Electronic. That's impressive. And Perfecto hoping to get the wall bang, but not going to get that one. Back into a 3-on-3.
And would you ever expect Imma to be here? You've picked off 2 at the A bomb site, right? You picked off Acor with an op at the top of Con. You picked off 1 over towards Triple. You know Kiazo is close towards A ramp. Would you expect Imma to just be chilling behind the boxes in the A bomb site? So I actually like this play from Kiaz as well. Going on a little bit of a mission. You know there was one in Palace. He should not get caught off guard by it.
Yeah, this is really, really well played from Chaos. Again, had a tough start at the beginning of the game, but he's made up for it.
And if he doesn't have Imma parked in this position, he probably doesn't make this play. He's just saying, I know there's still defense at this bomb site.
He's on a really long mission around now. Imma probably has to get a kill, just or at least stay alive for another second. Isaac is not going to be rotating in just yet either. Chaos coming back to the bomb site through the middle now, but it's... Oh, they don't know. They're just not even going to check. Bomb not getting planted here. And Imma, that's everything you would have wanted. 30 seconds. And it is going to be a 2-on-2. And they're so unsure. Now they have to check everything. And now the nerves have set in a little bit for Navi. This is an important round.
Looking for Kiaz, that Molotov to keep him in play. Now they found him. Now they realize that was the A player. So now we know Isaac rotating from the B bomb site as the anchor.
Yep. Oh, and a straight shot down. Simple. He's had himself some good finds like that. Double for him, double for Perfecto, and Navi at 14. That got really, really close.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how close it is. This is disaster striking for Gamerlegion.
True.
2,000 on Isaac, on Suhei, on Imma. Right around there. Acor not too much further ahead. Kiaz the most at 3,200 with the bonus money of the SMG, but they're out of cash to fight with. They have to concede potentially Navi getting to 15. They have to concede 6 map points.
Electronic really having himself a game. 23 kills. But Simple started to get up there on the scoreboard. Zeus being picked up by Imma. Something to look forward to.
Can you do the sound?
I
beat you to it.
Beat me to it, didn't you? He's not going to be around this corner. Oh, he's definitely saw the boot there. He's got some backup.
Okay.
That worked anyway, Jason.
Yeah, that worked out just fine. And you don't have to do the sound anymore because he dropped the Zeus on catwalk.
He dropped the Zeus, yeah. I think Chad for a while was
Chad's been giving it some effort.
you know, giving it a shot.
I haven't been practicing it, but I used to be able to do it.
Yeah. Like a good little
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
That's what we need in the future. You know, we need different recordings of it.
Sure. That can be the caster sound pack for the game.
I've
All the
offered
different casters doing the Zeus sound.
on a number of occasions to tase you and record it. We can get like a real.
I've been tased before.
Well, then there we go, Jason. When you didn't record it, then you could have. We wouldn't have to do it a second time.
Exactly.
You would have just, you know, thought a little bit ahead back in the college days.
I volunteered to go to the Valve offices to the sound room and make a new Zeus sound for CS2.
Set it up, Gabe, if you're listening. Round number 25. And Gamerlegion, it's all on this. Like you sort of drew the picture for us earlier, right? They were going to be in this position, losing a couple of rounds ago. 6-round run to try and get back into this one. Otherwise, Navi will walk away, I think, with a bit of a scare because Gamerlegion actually look really good on this map. I think this is a slightly deceptive scoreline, but obviously Navi helped by the fact that they were on that 6-round run to start the first half with. And this one, it all comes down to this for Gamerlegion. Good shot on Imma, and Isaac will spin around. They see what's coming, an attempted crunch towards the B bomb site, and it is shut down.
Yeah, this is one great way to get things started if you're going to go on a streak to come back and force this into overtime. If you consider a nice clean round where nobody's gone down quite yet, nobody's really taken too much damage. Imma down to 41. But if you keep all 5 players alive and money is not going to be an issue moving forward, that makes you feel much more comfortable about the prospect of making this happen. So Simple and Bit have to take a lot of risks coming up to this B-bomb site. Off-angle for Imma, another kill for him. And Simple can't take anything away. All 5 players survive. It's 10-5 now.
Yeah, really, really impressive. 22, Imma. He was great in the challenger stage as well. Gonna continue his form into this one. Yeah, that fall back, the spin around, the takedown perfecto, that's kind of what cemented the round. Okay, 1 out of 6 done.
Yeah, that's the hard one. They all get easier from here. Timeout taken. This one's from Navi to talk things over. It's their 3rd timeout of the game so far. Blade heavily involved in the conversation. Electronic liked something he was saying, shaking his head. Yeah, we can do that.
Yes, boss.
I like this call, coach.
Blade has such a commanding presence, doesn't he? Like he has obviously an insane history himself of building rosters. Like way before he got into Navi.
You have that resume. You do get the authority, not just building rosters, but part of some of the rise of some of the most prolific players we've had in Counter-Strike. He's plucked them out of obscurity and trained them up. Acor is going to disappear behind the Molotov, which is going to give mid presence over to Bit at the top mid boxes. And again, it denies a lot of information for Gamerlegion, which is an area of the game they've really struggled in. Good double nade, but oh, it's Sui again. Electronic finds that through the smoke.
They saw that coming, didn't they? They knew there was going to be a second attempt to try and bombard that top mid position. Yeah, Bit is tagged up, but still a 4-on-5. They're going to make the jump down. NPL tries to make the run across. He wanted to hunt down Imma, who's at the corner, but it doesn't really work out that way. Isaac there to save his teammate. Imma's still going to be going down eventually. And it's a 3-on-3 here. The bomb is at the bomb side, and it's going to be planted. And there's no coming through this one. That's a little bit too optimistic if you're Isaac. Bit was covering it, and a 2-on-3 now. They're both in the market, trying to get down. This might be almost impossible. Look at the crossfire that's been set up. Acor on his own, and I think this might be the end of the road here. Acor missing a shot that he needed to hit, and now there's no time. Simple with the last skull to be cracked there. 16-10 as they do make their way through. Navi winning their opening games here at the Legends stage.
Yeah, a couple miscues in this TF from Navi that they're not going to be happy about, but they get the win at the end of the day. They're just way too deep of a roster, way too many plans that they could shift into, and that looked good. Gamerlegion not able to do anything really but hang on for dear life and never able to turn the corner and actually bring this back to challenge for the map. Navi moves to 1-0 in this Legend stage. Gamerlegion to 0-1, and that's a good way to start things out for a team who's got championship aspirations. We've got Freya in the desk, ready to go to wrap this one up.
Thank you very much, Jason. Yeah, by no means the cleanest debut for Navi, but they do eventually get the job done. Mistakes certainly made, more than a handful of head-scratching moments throughout that map. But yeah, they do what they needed to do. They dispatch of Gamerlegion to go 1-0.
I mean, in the idea of having a great start to your major, I don't mind Navi having some of these miscues now, because I actually believe that they're not going to be too satisfied. It doesn't matter that's a W, they were supposed to win, but I can see you could even feel it physically, that they had frustration from some of these disjointed plays that they've made throughout this game, so it's good to get these alarm signs just from the get-go.
They also gave themselves enough breathing space with winning both pistols, starting 6-0 on the CT side, because when you look at the rifle rounds and the later stage of that CT half and the T half as well, it wasn't really super convincing. A lot of mistakes.
I mean, they allowed Gamerlegion to stay alive in this game. As far as I'm concerned, there was never any doubt in my mind that Navi was going to win this game. I think they were head and shoulder above their opponent. But somehow, where we usually praise Navi for having like the finesse and having the coordination to close these rounds very methodically, they gave away a couple of weird situations. CT side, 4v2 situations at the very beginning, then 2v1 against Acor, then 4v3 on the T side again. Weird moments with the bomb going around the world. This was very not Navi-like.
Yeah, we are going to dive into one of those moments very shortly, but not before we get a winner's interview. We've got Dinko on the sideline with Blade.
Yes, absolutely. Here with Blade. Navi do get their opening win, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about the start of that game. It felt like you guys were in control for a bit of it, then you lost a few clutches going the other way. Was that you maybe just taking the foot off the gas, or is it just not being coordinated?
I think this is normal. I think it's normal. It's not like we must close team 16-0. They're not like trash team. They pretty mediocre, pretty normal team, and I think they can outsmart us at some point. And yeah, we are also doing some mistakes, and I think all teams do mistakes. So we expected not like clean game, but like 16-9, 16-8.
Now talk to me about Nipple's position change, right? We're seeing him over towards that B side. We used to see him towards the connector. Can you talk us through why that change happened?
So at the beginning of the year, I think, and even in Abu Dhabi, he was playing connector, right? And that's because he was playing this position in Navi Junior. And we were also switching position because Electronic wanted to play A side as an anchor because he liked this position before, even from flip side. And we tried it only because it was easier for NPL not to start to play immediately the new position. Then, I think after Katowice, we had time to practice and we changed him because he's now playing mostly anchor.
And I just want to ask you, were you happy with the lead up to this event, how the practice went on the lead up to the major?
I can say, like, I don't know, I can put like 6 out of 10, I think, for preparation. We started slowly. We're trying to fix our bad maps. That's why I think it was slow. Then at the end of the bootcamp, it was much better. I think we're not like in the best shape we want, but if we qualify to playoffs, I think this time will be perfect time to fill this gap.
Well, congratulations on your first win in Paris. Always great to hear from Blade.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much as well, Dinko. Yeah, Blade reasonably content with the first showing versus Gamerlegion, but we're going to throw out onto a round that got us scratching our heads in the green room. This is a 1v1 between Acor and Perfecto. Some weird moments, Matthew. Can you explain what's going on here?
Yeah, round 22 was a bit of a head scratcher, as you mentioned. This was actually 23, but a bit of a missed opportunity for Gamerlegion as well. You see the way it starts with that beautiful double kill with MP9. The flash is a little bit missed, and then Navi do what Navi do best, which is to play the mid-round, find the clutches. But, Prof, at that very moment, this is supposed to be GG.
This feels like a done round, and we see Perfecto kind of somehow getting this probably overextension here. Why isn't there a trade? And we missed the whole situation between Acor and Perfecto. Acor going around the world and doing nothing practically, and then giving away his position in the 1v1, like with the wallbang. I think that's probably the biggest misplay that he did there. Like you're the operator. Your biggest advantage is that one shot, it's done. And Perfecto kind of wants to jiggle, wants to find that info,